so great to be here with all of you today. Um, so, as we have been growing over the past few weeks in our mindful practice, we've made some pretty neat inroads into the practice, and of course, beginning to turn it into a practice and make it a part of our lives. But since we've got a couple of new folks there today, I think we at least go back and kind of touch on the basics. So, mindfulness is the opportunity that we can take, or the developed skill of being aware in the present moment in a way that is non judgmental. So, we're simply taking in what's happening outside of us, and at the same time, taking in what's happening inside of us, holding both of those things in our awareness in a non judgmental way. So, simply allowing things to be, but being very connected to them in our experience of them. And then we practice meditation because meditation allows us to really strengthen those skills of concentration and focus so that we can really, really begin to notice what's happening inside and what's happening outside. And at the same time, meditation allows us to practice the non judgment. So, meditation is the practice that allows us to be more mindfully engaged in the world around us. So, and that's why we've been coming together each week as we continue to venture into the unknowns of life, right? During this global pandemic, it's really raised people's awareness to their mortality, to the interconnectivity of people all across the world, as well as across the nation, across the state, and even in our local area. We have to be extremely sensitive now to how we engage with others around us. And so that calls for a whole new level of mindfulness, a whole new level of awareness in that engagement. So when you think about it, the the different levels of government, whether it's through where you work, like at the University of Richmond, or where you are out in your lives and jobs today, there's a level of kind of governmental or kind of control that's saying, hey, these are the appropriate ways to respond. And they know that because there's been a lot of study and research done, but it's causing us to, be very different in the world with one another. I'm a hugger, so I love to hug people like all the time, everywhere I go. And that's not a thing right now. Like we're not hugging one another because we want other people to be safe and we want to be safe. So it's interesting that this social distancing, and us learning to be apart has raised our awareness, number one, to how we engage with what is around us and who is around us and how we are engaging with them. But it's also kind of created this neat opportunity to be really grateful for the people that we're with. And even people that we don't necessarily know very well. There's this kind of this gratitude that they're being careful and they're being mindful and they're taking care of themselves in an effort to help take care of us as well. So for today's practice, I thought what we would do is we would go ahead with just a regular practice. We'll start with a breathing meditation. We will bring our awareness to our breath. And of course, I'll guide you as always in that process. And then once we kind of get settled in to our practice and into that quiet place where we're really listening to our breath and we're focusing our awareness on the breathing process, I want to kind of grow our awareness out. So we'll grow out to our bodies and then we'll kind of move out to the space that we're sitting in and see if we can hold all of those things in awareness, or where we are in the process of holding them in awareness, just as a way to continue to practice. And then, of course, as you venture out into the world, as you engage with the people who are living with you in your home, this is something that you can start to continue to practice with and continue to engage with. And if you practice each day, right, which for some of us means, finding that 30 minutes in the morning of real quiet time, or maybe before you go to bed at night. But if you're brand new, maybe it's 3 minutes, setting a little timer on your phone. and linking it to some other part of your life where you really have something else that you practice solidly, like brushing your teeth or putting on your shoes, or some other aspect of your day that you do on a daily routine, kind of no matter what life brings, we still do these things. So if we connect, like for me, it's like brushing my teeth, or feeding the dogs first thing in the morning and getting their day going. So then I come and I sit, and it's connected to that. So it happens every day, roughly the same time. But
Roger, we can't hear you.
okay. The chat.
Looks like you're back.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I disappeared for a minute, or all of you disappeared. So anyway, so as you're engaging throughout your day, this is an opportunity, right? So we do the daily practice to build that mindfulness muscle so that when things happen around us, we don't have to try to bring it into the moment. It's just a part of who we are and how we function in the world. So, and a great opportunity to practice is just finding that 3 to 5 minutes in the morning. If you've been doing it for a while, growing that over time so that you can really begin to build the strength. If you think about, like, if you wanted to lift 200 pounds over your head, right? We wouldn't start with 200 pounds, right? We would start with like 10, right? And we would keep lifting that 10 pounds, right? Or we keep, sitting and watching our breath for 3 minutes a day, and then 5 minutes a day, and then 10 minutes a day, and then over a span of months or maybe even years, we grow that into, 30 minutes a day or 40 minutes a day. And that really, really builds that strength of mindfulness so that we can have that deeper engagement. So, well, let's go ahead and get started. So we want to get into a comfortable position, right? Whether you're sitting cross-legged like I am, or with your feet just resting comfortably on the floor, resting the hands in the lap. If it's not comfortable for you to sit up, that's really okay. Recline. You may lay back against a pillow, just whatever works best for you so that you can be physically relaxed but mentally alert. Those are the two things that we're really looking for in our practice. Okay, so if you are sitting up, go ahead and sit up so that your head balances on top of your spine, right? And if that includes a little back support, great. And if it doesn't, because you just like to sit straight up, that's fine too. Rest your hands somewhere in your lap or on your legs so that they're very comfortable and you don't have to use any muscular movement to maintain their position. They should just be relaxed. There you go. Okay. And now I want you to just start by starting to just notice your breath. Just notice that you're breathing. And if you can breathe comfortably in and out of your nose, then use your nose. And we breathe in through the nose and out through the nose because it is a more natural way to use the diaphragm, right? So when you breathe in through the nose, we tend to breathe deeper down into the diaphragm. It's also really good for the body chemistry. So if you are stuffed up and you're not able to do that, by all means, please breathe through your mouth, whatever's most comfortable for you. So, but I just want you to go ahead and become aware of the fact that you're breathing. And I'm going to go ahead and invite the bell to begin our practice today. So go ahead and notice where in your body that you feel the breath the most easily. As we just observe this thing that we do all day, every day. For some of us, it's the tip of the nose, the nostrils, where we feel the coolness of the in-breath and the slight warmth of the out-breath. It may be the back of your throat. You feel the air moving down into the windpipe, down into the lungs. Or maybe it's the push of the diaphragm expanding the rib cage and feeling the lungs fill and the body cavities start to open up as the lungs fill with air, with oxygen and nitrogen, fueling our bodies. And then that gentle, gentle relaxation as we breathe back out. Could be the rise and fall of your chest, wherever it is, wherever you notice you're breathing the most easily today. Just bring your awareness to that spot on your body. And just for a couple of minutes, just notice that you're breathing. Not controlling your breath in any way, just breathing in and breathing out. Oh, noticing how your body responds to the sensation of the breath. I want you to take a nice, full, slow, deep breath in through your nose and hold it at the top. And then very, very slowly breathe out through your mouth or nose, stretching it out. And noticing how your body feels as you stretch that exhale out. Keep breathing those nice, long, slow breaths in through the nose and back out. That diaphragmatic movement tells our body that everything's okay in this place that we are. We're safe here. And so it takes our body to that place of rest and digest where it begins to grow and strengthen. And so taking this time to focus on your breath and be aware of your body strengthens us in so many different ways. And I want you to just gently let your breath slowly go back to your body's control. So maybe taking in a little less air on the in breath and a little, of course, shorter out breath, keeping them nice and slow until you come back down to that resting place where the body just begins to take over the breathing again. Our bodies begin to breathe through our lungs pretty much the moment we're born, and will continue to do so until the day when our bodies cease to function. And yet we take it so for granted, the sensation of the breath and the connection to our environment as we breathe our environment into our bodies in order to nurture ourselves and then to provide the carbon dioxide and the other things that the environment also needs, the trees, the grass, the plants, as we engage in this absolutely critical and yet amazing and beautiful connection to the community of life around us that we are such an intimate part of. And if at any point along our practice today, the sounds from the environment or thoughts in your mind or anything distracts you from your breath, that's okay. That's a very normal process. That's the purpose of the mind. We just take notice of what thought was passing through the mind or what sound distracted us. And then we ever so gently return back to the breath, back to the sensation of our bodies breathing. Maybe noticing that our bodies relax a little bit more and a little bit more with each out breath as we sink deeper and deeper into our cushion, into the sofa, into the floor, into your chair, whatever you happen to be resting on. Just letting your muscles get more and more relaxed with each breath and noticing. Notice the feeling of the breath. Notice how it affects the body. The swelling of your tummy or your abdomen on the in breath. And that nice gentle relaxation on the out breath. Feeling the ever-present connection between those two. And again, anytime your mind is distracted, or sounds from your environment are drawing your awareness away from your breath and your breathing and your body, just take notice and then gently, gently come back to the breath. We're not diminishing our capacity for thought and noticing. We're just not practicing that right now. Right now, we're practicing breathing our awareness to our breath and our bodies, and feeling the connection between the two. And as you continue to breathe and continue to feel the sensations in your body, see if you can notice the pressure of your body resting against the chair, the cushion, or the bed, or wherever you happen to be. Noticing that sensation, noticing gravity's pull, drawing you down toward the center of the earth. Feeling the pressure of your body, maybe your arms touching your legs, or your legs and your seat touching the chair and the cushion, but feeling that pressure of being grounded to the earth while still maintaining your awareness of your breath and your breathing. If it helps to draw your breath up through your body from that feeling of groundedness, try that. See how it feels. Breathing up through the body, up through the spinal column, up filling the lungs. And breathing back down through the body. Down, 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 out through the bottom of your legs. Maybe out through the bottom of your feet. Whatever feels appropriate. Whatever feels good. But feeling your connection to whatever it is you're resting on. connecting it to the body and the breath. And again, if your mind is telling you a story or you're traveling down a mental pathway, that's okay. Once you're aware of it, just ever so gently come back to your breathing, back to your body, back to the breath. And now I want you to start to reconnect to your whole body. Start to come back to the space that we're in. So I want you to go ahead and take a nice full deep breath in through your nose and hold it at the top again. And then a nice long slow exhale. Beginning to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. And as you're ready, I'm going to invite the bell to bring us back to this place and to open our eyes. Thank you, everyone, so much for coming today. Such a blessing to be here with all of you. And I'll turn everything back over to Leah.